everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm in a completely different setting again. I'm staying in a hotel, but I really wanted to film this video as it's my 1 year YouTube anniversary. It doesn't feel like it's been a year at all, but a couple of weeks ago I asked on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat for people to send me in some questions because I wanted to film my first Q&A. So I'm going to get straight into it. My first question comes from Snapchat and it's from Fahana. Why did you decide to become a beauty blogger? So I've been a makeup artist for many years now. I think it's been 7 or 8 years now, for quite a long time, and by doing that I've tried so many different brands of makeup, mostly high end, so I'd say from MAC higher, not that many drugstore brands because a lot of my clients are Asian and unfortunately the drugstores just don't cater for Asian skin. But I've tried so many different brands and I've always had an opinion, and I just feel like when I love a product I just want to shout about it. I want to tell everybody about how good this product is. So I thought, what better way to do that than start a blog? And also I read a lot of blogs as well, and sometimes I read them and I think, I thought the same thing, or I may disagree and want to get my point across, so I thought a blog is the best way to do it. She also asked, how do I choose the right shade of foundation for my skin tone? I never seem to get it right, same goes for concealer to be honest, but the foundation is a bigger problem. So to find your perfect shade of foundation, the first thing that you need to do is figure out if you have a cool or a warm undertone. And the easiest way for you to do that at home is get 2 pieces of jewellery, something silver, something gold, and hold it up against your face on either side. Ignore your personal preference. It doesn't matter if you don't like silver, you don't like gold, just hold them both up and try and be objective and just see which one looks better against your skin. Generally, if it's the gold, it means that you have a warmer skin tone, which means you've got yellow undertones, and if it's a silver, you have a cool undertone, which is generally pink tone. Now, if they both look equally good, that just means you've got a neutral skin tone, so you've got the best of both worlds really, if you like. Once you've determined your skin tone, you always need to look for foundations that either say warm, cool or neutral. Not all of them will, but for example MAC do their foundations as NC and then the number, or NW in the number, but the confusing thing about MAC is neutral warm is NW and neutral cool is NC, but they do it the opposite way around. So an NC, you'd think it was for cool tones, but it's actually for warm tones. It's very confusing, I have no idea why they do that, but most companies, so for example the L'Oreal True Match, they have a W something which is warm, and they have an N something which is neutral, I think, I'm not too sure. So once you've figured out your undertone, I would take the foundation and I would always stripe it from my cheek down my jawline and down onto my neck, because a lot of people will have a different skin tone on their face compared to their neck. You ideally want everything to match to your neck so that you look like you're one colour all the way down, if that makes sense. And if you're in a shop doing this, I would never ever ever recommend you buy from the shop without going out into daylight first. The lighting that they use in shops is false, it's not natural daylight, so nothing will ever look like how it actually does in real life. I would always just say to them, I like it, but I'm going to go outside, walk around, just have a look at it, take a few photos of myself and just look at it in natural lighting. The best way I find is just to take a selfie, and the one that you can't see the stripe of is your shade. My next question comes from Twitter and it's a similar question. How did I start off in the beauty and the blogging industry? So I was never into beauty when I was a kid. I was always a tomboy, and I guess as I grew up I got more and more into beauty. I did a few sort of short courses at local colleges, so I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I did this degree that I completely hated. The minute I left, I went off and did a beauty therapy course and realised that that wasn't really for me either. So all that while I was just doing makeup on other people, and that's just how I got into makeup really. And the blogging, like I said, I'm just really opinionated and just wanted to get my voice out there. My next question comes from Snapchat. This is from Nishi. What do I do if my concealer is fine for my under eyes, but as soon as it gets onto my cheek it's too dark, and I tried to apply my NARS, which I use for highlighting, in ginger, but it looks very cakey and you can still see the concealer? That's 2 questions in one. So normally we see these pictures of people doing their highlighting and contouring and they apply their concealer or their highlight in an upside down triangle under their eye. That works great if you don't have dark circles or a lot of discoloration, but even for me, I've got such dark circles that the skin under my eyes is a completely different shade tone, everything to the rest of my face. So that's why I apply a corrector, and for my concealer I apply it just underneath where the darkness ends. I then blend it upwards, so that stops it from being cakey. If you apply it right close to your lash line and bring it downwards, you've already got too much product on and it will start to cake up really quickly. And instead of doing the upside down triangle, what I do is use either a shade of concealer that matches my skin tone perfectly if I don't want the highlighted look, or I use a lighter shade, just how you see on the likes of Kim Kardashian, but I do it just under my bags and under my dark circles and then do the rest of the triangle, if that makes sense. My last question on Snapchat is, if you could wear only one makeup item, what would it be? Only one though. It would definitely be, oh actually, it'd be concealer or corrector. When I have a no makeup day, I have to have concealer or corrector. I just don't like my dark circles, so that would be it. How did you and Jass meet? What got you into YouTubing and what's the hardest part? So me and Jass met through a friend years ago. Actually, we've just celebrated our 10-year anniversary of being together, which just makes both of us feel super old. Not 10 years of being married, just 10 years of going on our first date, if you like. Yeah, that's a really long story actually, so I may just save that for another video. What got me into YouTubing and what's the hardest part? I've been watching YouTube for years. In fact, I don't actually watch TV, I just watch YouTube, and I've always wanted to do it, but I just didn't know how. I didn't know why anybody would watch me. I just kind of told myself all these things and just didn't do it for years. And then I just took the plunge last year and just thought, you know what, I'm doing it. So again, it was just my love for beauty and makeup and just wanting to get my voice out there, and I thought it would complement my blog because it was around the same time that I started doing both. And the hardest part for me, trying to do something different, something unique. The way I see it, most of YouTube is just full of beauty YouTubers, so you want to do something that's different, but every time you think of something that's different, so many people have done it before, so that's always really difficult, and I guess that will always be a challenge, but I love it. Moving on to Instagram now, this is where I got most of my questions. What fuels you the most when creating and coming up with new looks? Where do I get my inspiration from? So there's inspiration everywhere, so I can't say that I go to one place specifically to get inspired. I could be flicking through a magazine, I could have read a book, or it could be as simple as a new release. So for example, when Urban Decay released their Naked Smoky palette, I think for the rest of that month I just had a black, grey, smoky eye because I just love that palette so much. I think inspiration comes from anywhere, and like I said before, it is quite difficult to come up with new looks, but I just think that everybody has their own take on it. So I can show you how to do a smoky eye, and some people may argue that there's millions of tutorials on YouTube, but if I do it my way, chances are that only a handful of people will do it the same way as me, if any. So I guess everyone's different. I don't know. I'd like to ask what your all-time favourite lipstick is. Oh wow. Relentlessly Red by MAC, I would say. I love matte lipsticks, that's pretty much all I wear. It's the perfect mix between pink and red. It's really bold, it stands out, and I think it looks great against my skin tone too, so that's my favourite lipstick. Why is your husband so amazing? I think he has been supportive and reflects in your videos. What's the secret? He is really supportive, and he's amazing. What's the secret, Jass? He's just right behind the camera.
My secret is I'm always positive, always smiling, always patient.
Yeah, he is. And he's always there for like camera technical support when I need it. Because I'm useless with cameras. How do you pick a lip colour that looks good on my skin colour? Okay, there are rules to this. I don't necessarily believe in the rules, but if you want to follow them, find your undertone. People say if you have a warm undertone, you should wear warmer lipsticks. You would wear a red that's got more of an orangey red as opposed to a bluey toned red. I don't believe in that because MAC Ruby Woo is a great example of this. I think it suits pretty much every single person, but it's a very, very cool toned red. It's got a blue undertone to it. So I just say, forget the rules. If you think it suits you, then just wear it. If you're in a shop and you can't test it out and you're not sure, just grab the lipsticks. I mean, hopefully it'll be like a liquid lipstick like this. I've got two very bad examples. But if you just hold it up against your lips, you can kind of see what it looks like. That way you don't have to swatch it on your lips. So I don't believe in the rules. I break them all the time. Where do you see yourself in 15 years' time? I don't even know where to begin with a question like that. Wow, that's such a lot. I dread to think. I know how old I'll be 45. I would like to think that I'm still doing my blog, I'm still doing YouTube, I'm still doing makeup. I love all the things that I do, so I don't really see me giving any of it up anytime soon. The next question is from Debbie. When are you coming back to New York? Debbie's my friend from Instagram who I've never met, but every time I have been to New York, she's always been on vacation, so we just haven't met. For those of you that don't know me in real life, I love New York just that little bit more than London. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love London, but I can just go there whenever I want. I definitely left my heart in New York. If I can see myself living anywhere but London, it would definitely be New York. If I could be in New York tomorrow morning, I'd be there in a heartbeat. I haven't got any plans at the moment, but I really want to be there for Black Friday.
Oh, no, you're not.
Next question is from my friend Annie. What's my favourite MAC lipstick? So, like I said, Relentlessly Red is my favourite lipstick, but I wouldn't really wear that during the day, so I think that's a bit too bold for me anyway. My favourite MAC lipstick for daytime is Mare. I think I'm actually on my second tube of that. I know it's famous because Kylie Jenner wears it, but I don't really care about that. It's just such a gorgeous pinky, nudie shade. It's got like a mauve undertone. I think it looks great on almost any complexion, and again, it's a matte finish, long lasting. It's just a gorgeous lipstick. When are you going to do My Husband Does My Makeup tag? Last time I asked you, you said you had to convince him. Please tell me that you did.
Well, for the record, she hasn't convinced me yet. Or maybe if you reach around 10,000 subscribers, I may consider it and do it.
10,000. Really?
Yes. How many you got at the moment? 1,000?
Just over 1,100.
Well, that'll probably convince me. 10,000. Good luck.
Wow. Okay. So you heard it here first. There's a subscribe button here, somewhere here. Make sure you subscribe because we need to get to 10k. Will you really do it?
Yes.
Really? Can I do your makeup?
No.
That'd be a really good video.
For you to do my makeup, it'll be 100,000 followers, subscribers.
Whoa. Okay, so watch this space. You heard it here first. But that's it. That's the end of my questions. Thank you so much to every one of you that asked me a question and everyone that commented on my Instagram saying congratulations. I cannot believe it's my 1 year YouTube anniversary. That's just so crazy. And for me to have reached 1,000 subscribers in a year, I never ever thought that would happen. So I just want to say a massive thank you to every one of you that has subscribed or commented or just in any way, just even watched my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Don't forget to subscribe so Jass does my makeup. Bye!
Bye.